ministerial question, 2017. Say, if 1 plus 2i was 1 root for the equation, this is a quadratic equation. We see that it is a quadratic equation. X squared minus 3 minus I, x plus a equals 0. What is the second root? The required in the question is, he wants us to find the second root first, and this is another required. And what is the value of a? There are two required in this question. Now, the first required, he wants us to find the second root. We have only one of the two roots. Because it is a quadratic equation, how many roots does it have? Two roots, very good. We get one of the two roots and the other root. How can we find it? Yes. Yes, if we write the standard form of the quadratic equations, which its two roots had been known, we can write it minus x squared minus the sum of two roots x plus the product of two roots equal 0. And now we see if we want to compare the equation which is given in the question with the standard form of the quadratic equation, we see that sum of two roots will be 3 minus I, and the product of the two roots will be a. We see if we, by comparing, we see that the sum of two roots equals 3 minus I. And then we know that the sum of two roots equal 3 minus I. The first root given in the question, and we will assume the second root. We will assume the second root, so we can give it any name. We will call it L or M or X, any variable. So, and then we'll assume the second root is x1. We will call it x1. That means the sum of the two roots. The first root is, and then sum of two roots will be equal. The first root 1 plus 2i plus x1. The sum of two roots is 3 minus I equal 1 plus 2i plus x1. Now we can move these terms to the other side and we will change the sign of them. So it will be 3 minus I minus 1 minus 2i, very good, equals x1, which represents the second root. And now we can add 3, real with real and imaginary with imaginary. 3 minus 1 will be positive 2. Negative I minus 2i, negative, the signs are the same. Negative 3i equal x1. So that means the value of the second root is 2 minus 3i, and we see it is a complex number. Now we find the first required. The other required, what is the value of A? He wants us to find the value of A. By comparing with the standard equation, we see that A represents the product of the two roots. Can we find the product of the two roots?
Yes.
By multiplying the first root, which is given in the question. So second, the product of the two roots is the first root 1 plus 2i, and the second root is 2 minus 3i. Why did I put the brackets? Very good, and we should should use the property of distribution. The sum of the product of the two roots will give us the value of A. And now we can use the property of distribution. 1 multiplied 2, positive 2. 1 multiplied negative 3i, negative 3i. Now we will move to the second term. So also we will use the property of distribution. 2i multiplied 2, positive 4i, positive multiplied negative, negative 2 multiplied 3, 6. I multiplied I squared, which means negative 1, so it will be plus 6 equal 8. And now we can add the terms. How can we add? Yusuf? 2, we will add it with 3i?
No.
With
6.
very good, real with real and imaginary with imaginary. 2 plus 6, 8. Negative 3i plus 4i, the sign of the greater, and we will subtract. Which is greater? That's mean positive 4 minus 3, 1i equal 8. That's mean the value of A, the constant A equal 8 plus I. So this is solving of Ministerial question. هذا سؤال وزاري لعام 2017 خارج القطر، وهذه الصيغه دائما تتكرر عندنا وزاريا فننتبه عليها، لكن صيغتها الوزاريه لاحظوا هنا راح تختلف عن الصيغه الوزاريه للسؤال الخامس من تمارين 1 2. خلينا نشوف من خلال حل السؤال الخامس.